Okay, guys, so these are the instructions for the About Me Google form. I recorded this video because I wanted you to have access to the instructions and my explanations of some of the questions anytime, anywhere you wanted. So this was the simplest and easiest way to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through these questions, the ones that are pretty self-explanatory. I am going to move quickly through and skip through the ones that are going to take a little more explanation, the ones that you guys might find confusing and other classes in previous years have found confusing. I'm going to make sure I talk about those. Anytime you're watching this video, if you have a question that I haven't covered or I haven't answered, pause the video and unmute yourself in the Google Meet and then fire that question away, ask that question, and I will take and answer that question quickly, and I will kind of talk you through it until you get it. Or if we are not in class in the Google Meet time, go ahead and email me that question and I'll clarify it however long it takes until you understand it. So, like I said, we're going to go through these questions just so everybody's on the same page and everybody gets what we're doing with this Google form. So in the name slot, I want you to put your full first and last name. Make sure you do that, please, and thank you. Where it says write your name phonetically, this one's kind of tough, but I kind of explained what I'm looking for and what it means in these parentheses here. So what you're going to do is you're going to write your name how it sounds. Okay. So for example, I used myself. So Mr. is written how Mr. sounds. Okay. And then Corigliano is written also how it sounds. So you have Corigliano. Looking right here, you wouldn't have necessarily known that was how it was pronounced. And let me be honest with you guys, there have been enough substitute teachers who have tried to say my name that I understand that it's a lot to say and it's not as obvious. So writing it how it sounds makes things a lot easier for you guys. And when you guys write your name how it sounds, it makes it a lot easier for me so that I don't mispronounce it and I don't say it wrong, which is what I'm really trying not to do. So please make sure you fill this in so that I don't mispronounce your name and don't frustrate you by mispronouncing it. This is what it should look like. You should have the parentheses and what your name sounds like with the dashes in between each syllable, and then close off the parentheses once you're done. Okay? So that's what I'm going for. That's what I want you guys to do in this write your name phonetically question. If you're still confused, like I said, please go ahead and unmute yourself and ask that question, and I'd be happy to answer it for you. So in the next one, any nicknames or shorter versions of your name that you use. For example, if your full name is Benjamin or Nicholas, you might shorten that to Ben or Nick. If your name is Caitlin or Melody, you might shorten that to Katie or Mel. So make sure if you go by a shorter version of your name or if you go by initials like CJ or PJ or KB or something like that, make sure you write that here. Now, if you write something here, make sure it's what you want to be called because that is what I'm going to call you. So just be aware that that's going to happen unless it's not appropriate for school, obviously, and stuff like that. So make sure you write that there, guys. If you don't have a shorter version of your name, you can go ahead and write none here. And that goes for any of the questions. They're all required, but if you really don't have one or you really don't you can't answer that question because it doesn't apply to you, you can just say none or I don't have one or something like that, just so you know. Okay? So that's that. What are some hobbies you have or things you like to do in your free time? It can be anything from stamp collecting to playing pickup hockey, anything like that, guys. I like to dance, anything like that you might do. Okay. So that's that one. What sports do you play or would you like to play as part of a school team? Now, I know COVID is really kind of thrown this year off. So what I want you guys to do is I want you to think if this year were a normal year. So would you play soccer? Would you have done cross country? Would you play basketball? Would you play football? Would you play hockey, softball, baseball? Whatever sports you would have played or you are going to play, you do plan on playing for the school, please make sure you put that right here. And then in the next question, I want you to write any sports you are a part of outside of school. You're not part of a school team that plays this sport, but you're part of a travel team, like travel hockey or what have you. That's what I want you to write on this line. The next one, what is your favorite sport to watch? It can either be live or on TV. If you like to watch one sport live and a different sport on TV, go ahead and write both, guys. Who is your favorite sports team, or who are your favorite sports teams? So if you only have one sports team, you can go ahead and just write that. Make sure you write down the sport that that team goes with. Most of them I do know, but if you are a huge soccer fan, I don't know a whole lot of the soccer teams that exist. So I don't know them as well. So it would help me to know the sport. Football, hockey, stuff like that, I do know, but please go ahead and make sure you write that anyway. If you have multiple favorite sports teams and you want to write all of them, go ahead and do that. Okay, the more the merrier. What is your favorite movie or TV show? Please write that down. If you have a favorite movie and a favorite TV show, go ahead and write them both. If you only have one, you only have to write one. That one's completely up to you, guys. What is your favorite type of music? Rock. Oh, wow. I mixed two together. That's impressive. Rock, rap, hip hop, country, folk, musicals, anything. It doesn't matter. Whatever your favorite type of music is, go ahead and write that in there. And I also want to know your favorite band or artist. So hip hop and rap tends to only have individual artists like Dr. Dre, Eminem, Cardi B, Beyonce. So go ahead and write those artists in there. Rock tends to have more bands like Linkin Park, Fall Out Boy, Panic at the Disco, Shinedown, Rise Against, any of those. So depending on what your favorite music genre is, depending on what your favorite type of music is, that might influence your favorite band or your favorite artist. But just go ahead and write those down for me, guys. What's your favorite food? If you had a superpower, what would it be? I'd like to know right there. Mine would be super strength or super intelligence. If you could go anywhere on vacation, where would you go and why? If you could have any animal as a pet, what would it be and why? And the last question, if there is anything else you would like me to know about you, pick 1 to 3 things and write them below. I would really like you guys to at least write one thing. And anything you'd like me to know could be as simple or as important as you want it to be, guys. So simple things. I have a dog. My dog's name is Atlas. My dad, my stepdad, my mom, my stepmom, my aunt, my uncle, they teach in Messina. I have an older brother who had you as a teacher. I had an older sister who had you as a teacher. You can use that. It can be anything as important from I have an allergy, like a peanut allergy, or I have asthma, or something like that. If you want me to know that you're shy, but you really do love history, go ahead and write that down. Anything you can think of, anything that might help me to get to know you better, please write that down here. No less than 1, no more than 3 things. All right? That is the whole form, guys. That's what I would like you to do. Like I said in the Google Meet, please go ahead and make sure that this is done by Monday at 11:59. It is not graded, but I do need those by Monday at 11:59. If you could have those done for me, I'd appreciate it. Okay, all you got to do is submit it, fill out the answers, submit the Google form, and then you're all set. All right, guys? So if you do have any questions, again, please make sure you unmute yourself and ask those questions if I didn't cover it in this video. And I'll catch you guys and, see you guys in the Google Meet and what have you. Have a great day, guys.